Can't be defined by how my tribulations started with nothing, no bluffing, here go the demonstration. I pray that jealousy and greed don't dwell in my seed. Funny how people be similar but be different breeds. Long as you standing on business, how can they intervene? Trying to do something I know that my people never seen. My ambition on a mission, so I let it lead. Some shit don't need to be mended, it's best to let it breathe. Funny, my life can make the next man sick, but as a man it make me proud that I can say I built this brick by brick.
I did it brick by brick.
Yeah.
On everything I love, man, I stand on
Nigga,
it.
brick by brick.
I did it brick by brick. I told you did it brick by brick.
There
Brick
go.
by brick.
Everybody, man, welcome back to another episode of Brick by Brick, brought to you by your boy Dion, man. And today we got a special guest, man, in the building. And you know, we bring on people that's along all walks of life, you feel me, that's out here, that's putting in the work with some social proof, that's out here doing the damn thing, you feel me. And today I want to recognize a young fella from our city, man, that's been out here putting the work in, man. No excuses, head down working every day. I always see some content out of this fella, you feel me? Every time I open my Instagram up, boom, here he is, man. And I like for y'all to welcome my guest, Khari.
Man, what's up, man? Thank you for having me, for real.
Appreciate you for coming in, man. What's up with you, dog?
Chilling, man. Feeling good, man. Working, like
Yes,
you said,
sir,
working.
man. Yes,
Don't
sir.
stop.
Yeah, man.
Straight up.
So for the people who don't know, man, explain to them who Khari is in just some brief.
Man, I'm just a human being, for real. First and foremost, experiencing, you know, this human experience and just trying to tell my stories the best way I can, you know. And then everything else come, you know, next. You know, I'm a father, you know, partner, teacher, brother, son, friend, all of that, you know what I mean? So I'm just experiencing life and then just, you know, experiencing it how I experience it and then articulating it in the best way I can. So that's all to it, man, for real. That's where everything stems from in a nutshell.
Absolutely, man. I love it, man. I love your energy too,
man,
by the way,
thank
man,
you,
for
bro.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So, man, what got you into music, man? Because it seemed like, for real, listening to your music, like you got a message.
Yeah.
So, like, explain, like, what got you into music?
Shit, man, I've been in it for... As soon as I came out the womb, it felt like I just always been around it, you know. From my pops, you know, just being in the basement with him, listening to everything. I was always in the studio with him. He was kind of like a pseudo manager for his homies in the hood. So like all of them rap, he never rapped, but he just had the ear. So he was always like in the studio with him. So he'd just take me along with him. So I'm just seeing it all firsthand. And then my mom, you know, big music lover, 90s R&B. So I'm getting that from her. And then going to my grandparents' house on the weekend, hearing 70s soul. So I'm getting that, messing with a record player, you know what I mean? Just being around it. I just always known music. I don't know a life without it, you know what I mean?
So we got the same experience.
Yeah, man.
So you got a broad range. That's crazy. Your pops was in the music industry.
Yeah, man.
Helping his friends and everything
helping his
out.
friends in the hood, man. Just, you know, just being there and like telling them like, hey, I think you should do this. Or you should go back in there and say this. And burning CD. He was like the bootleg man before the bootleg man. Like I remember him being on his computer just burning CDs for the hood, and everybody come through, he'd be selling them for $10, whatever. You know what I mean? He getting all the exclusive stuff, all the mixtapes before they come out. So, you know, he was just always like that guru, that music guru, would tell you what came out in, you know, 85. Like, you know what I mean? Like that type.
Was to the streets.
Yeah, that type time.
Nah,
so it was just always fun, man, and always just me being around there to soak it up. I was just always there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So okay then, man. Let me ask you this: with me listening to your music and your catalog and everything, man, I like to like dive into the artists and what they actually stand for, and listening to your catalog and everything. You have a level of creativity that like people from our generation of what we used to listen to come up. You know what I mean? Because they had a certain level of artist development and everything. So where do you say you get your level of creativity from?
Man, I think it comes from just writing stories as a kid, just using my imagination. I was always encouraged to use my imagination, from an early age. Like my mom was just she's very artsy, very, just creative.
Yeah.
So she instilled that in me, like just always using your imagination to create your reality. So I always used to just picture myself doing stuff, visualizing myself doing stuff. And I just think it just comes from just me being like, just interested, curious, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, what's that movie, or what's that drawing, or what's that song, you know what I mean? So I was just always tapped in, I feel like, to another, like, just a level of, creativity when it comes to anything, you know what I mean? I was just always interested in a lot of stuff. So I don't know, man. I just always been, a storyteller, like, from a young age.
And it makes sense, because when I follow your timeline, as far as like from the time from what the discovery of your music for me is, from the timeline from the start to finish, to the start from now, I feel like you are a storyteller, and everything makes sense. If you listen to your first EP, everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, so I do want to ask, like, what's your foundation and what inspired you?
Yeah, my family, man. Like, my family inspired me, just the things that I seen growing up, and being able to, like, take those situations and turn it into a song, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like just life is a song, and I got a song like that on my last project, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like life is a song, and so whenever you see stuff, how can you interpret it, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So
I
just
agree.
always just saw that, so I feel like my foundation is just like, it's family-based, and just seeing a bunch of crazy stuff growing up, and being like, just sitting back, just being like a fly on the wall, and just observing, like soaking it all up. I'm a sponge, so I'm very, very sensitive to my surroundings. Like, as soon as I walk into a room, I'm like, just like, okay, like, what's the, what's going on, you know what I mean? So I just always been like that. Yeah, I just always been like that, and my foundation is just that, and being just driven, you know what I mean? Just work ethic, ambition. You know what I mean? That's everything, you know?
For sure. I know where that come from. We gonna get into that for sure. Because I've been doing, when I tell you I listen,
come on,
I
man.
listen and I pay attention.
Turn me up.
So, when was your first studio experience?
Man, I remember I was in the studio with my uncle. I was probably like 8, and he had me do like an ad-lib on one of his songs. He was like, say this. He told me what to say. And I said, I was like, then I heard my voice back. I'm like, oh, that's fire.
Okay.
Like, I was like addicted. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, the little squeaky voice.
Man, well, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So then I started writing my first raps, like, and then my pop set up a studio session for me with like the engineer that all my uncles used to go to.
Okay.
And so I was about 9. And then,
damn.
Yeah, I was 9 and went in there. All my uncles was in there turning me up, and I laid my first record. It was called Rep the Natty.
Oh,
It was called Rep the Natty, and I named all the hoods in the city. And I was
Pop
just
still
like,
got it?
Yup,
What?
still got it. I'm saving it too. I'm
Okay.
saving it for something special. But yeah, I got that, and I was just like high, bro. I was like, this is crazy. Like hearing my voice back, and I made my first mixtape when I was 10. Went back in there and did like a 17-song mixtape. Like, just was going crazy. So it's just always been something I've been used to. You know what I mean?
So
just
at
being
10,
in the studio.
Like, you knew, well, basically at 9, you knew that this was for you? Like, you wanted to do this, or was it like,
man, it was just something, I didn't even look at it like a career. You know what I mean? It was something that was just like fun to me. Like, I just loved doing it. I always did it because I was playing ball. Like, I was doing all that. That was what I was seeing for myself, you know what I mean? Basketball. Okay. But music was just always there, you know what I mean? It was something, I did it every single day.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, I never thought about, I could be a rapper. I can, go perform and do all these different things. It didn't click for me then. I was just doing it. I would go to the studio religiously. I would write religiously, but I wasn't even caring to really like be that. You know what I mean? I was just doing it. I share it with people, but it wasn't nothing for real.
That's crazy because this interview is flowing. Cause you bringing up my next question as I'm going. Like, but it's crazy that you took it that serious so young of an age. So how did your parents take it? Like when you said you was rapping, because in Lottery Ticket you said you hoop and got a degree.
Yeah.
So like for parents to hear somebody like my kid talking about he want to rap.
Yeah.
Well, nah, they probably did feel like that because your pops was already doing the damn
they
thing.
always knew, like, it was always a thing. So, like, when I finally got done, like, you know, I graduated college, got done. I knew the basketball dreams was over with.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm about to rap. I told them, I was like, I'm done playing basketball. I'm about to rap. They was like, all right. And my dad was like, all right, like, let's take it serious then. You need to do this, do that, whoop, whoop. And then that's when it got, like, it clicked for me, like, okay, I need a plan.
Yeah.
I need to market myself. So that's when I came up with my whole, like, you know, what I'm going to stand for, what
and
my
you was
message
about, like,
be.
what, like 20, 21?
I was about, like, 22.
Okay.
I got done because I was in Canada playing ball, got cut.
Okay.
Then,
what, in college?
Nah, I was playing professional.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I was playing. After college, I played. I can't even say I didn't even get to a game, bro. I got cut like a month into like training camp.
Okay.
It was like, go ahead on, bro. You too small.
You had to be nice though. You feel me?
Bro, I was like that. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like that. I was just like, he chose a taller point guard over me. Like, you know what I mean? It was a bigger guard. He had experience, played in Italy or something. But he was like, yeah, we going with this guard with more experience. I was like, damn. I just went back home.
But a lot of people that I know can't say that they had even a professional experience. You feel me? So that's gotta be something nice. You feel me?
It was fun, man, for the time being.
But your parents didn't feel no type of way about you rapping or nothing
Not
like
at
that.
all. They was all for it. They at every show.
Oh
you
yeah,
feel
that's
me?
live.
They everywhere, like they
and
don't
I
play.
definitely know that for sure because I came to the like I said, the Tiny Desk experience and I seen your people in there definitely supporting you.
Front
so
row.
I know it's there.
Straight up.
So how was you received, like with you being a teacher and everything, how was you received as a, my bad, I'm messing up my own questions right now, but how was you received as a scholar and a rapper?
Man.
From your peers?
With that, man, it's interesting because now that I'm in this world of like teaching, I'm learning like a lot of those people are just know me for that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Until they realize I do music and all that, then they like, oh, hold on, this is what you really want to do? Like, do you want to teach for the, I'm like, no, I don't want to teach for the rest of my life. Yeah. But I'm always going to be doing something with the youth, you know what I mean? I'm always going to do something like that. But I think I was just received as just like, I think that's when like a big part of my duality came into play and like people saw like, different sides of me. And I think it opened me up as an artist. It made me a little bit more,
I agree,
personable, and people was able to like really relate in a way that I didn't even realize was possible. So it's been cool, man.
Because everybody ain't gangster, man. We got teachers, we got firemen, there's regular people out here.
Straight
you feel
up,
me? You
man.
just one with extra talent. You feel me? Like extraordinary talent. That's what I mean by extra.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
But as a teacher, how were you as a student? Gas the ass.
Hey, bro, man, I wasn't the greatest student. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Behavior-wise, I wasn't. I was very smart, though. Like, I was in, like, AA, AP classes. I went to Walnut Hill, so... Okay. I was in all those classes, but I was very rebellious.
Gotcha.
I guess you could say, because I felt like I knew more than the teacher. Because, like, just my... Like being with my pops and like we big like conspiracy theorists, you know what I mean? Like this like back in 2011.
He was a furious
what
pops.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
Yes. That.
Okay.
Literally, that's pops. He calmed down a little bit, but he was definitely that like black man gentrification, all that that one like. And we was talking about the Illuminati like before it was cool. You
that's
know what
crazy.
I mean? Like, so I would be going to school like that type time. Like I do my assignments or whatever, but I act out.
Yeah.
I talk in class. I challenge the teacher, get kicked out of class. Yeah. So I didn't understand like how to like play the game in a sense. Like at that age, you know what I mean? I was just very like defiant in my beliefs. You know what I mean? So it was an interesting thing because the teachers couldn't say nothing for real because I was getting the work done. I was doing what I needed to do, but I was just like I would say I was probably like kind of like a pain to have in class, to have in class in a sense.
Ain't
trying to be funny too, like
typical teenager.
Just typical teenager stuff. So yeah.
Nah, I feel you though. So as you know, man, we kicked off the year with the Brick by Brick podcast report card, man. And we shook up we ruffled some feathers and everything, and we got some appreciation also. Like it went both ways as it should.
Right.
But how do you feel? Because your name was on the list, on a report card. So how do you feel about the overall report card and about your grade?
Overall, man, I feel like it was amazing, and I told y'all that, like, man, I think it was amazing. You could tell it took time, it took care, it took love, it took attention to really listen to these artists and actually give them what y'all think this is, what they, you know what I mean? And I think it motivated a lot of cats, and for other cats, it was just like, you know, it didn't. It sent them in a spiral. You know what I mean? But you gonna get that when you do stuff like that. But for me personally, I feel like everything was on point. Besides, like, you know what I mean, my I think it was like cadence or something, or no, flow or something. Yeah, I think I'm an A for sure. Like, okay, for sure. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, they bugging, they bugging. Yeah. But everything else to me was like on point. Like, I feel like like I can see why a person would say, I'm not the most versatile, up to date. You know what I mean? I know I'm versatile personally, but what I've shown, I can see how people put me in a box of like, oh, you make this sound, you conscious, you soulful, da-da-da-da. And that was one of the reasons I made CPT, you know what I mean? Just to show them like, hey, I can get in that bag too and still deliver like the lyrical prowess that I intend to deliver. But I think it was dope, man. I think everything for me personally was on point, like I said, besides the flow. Like, I was bugging on that.
Nah, that's funny. But my bad, man. We tried, man. We tried our hardest, but we definitely appreciate the feedback, though, because it wasn't no malice behind it. It was like basically showing our appreciation to our artists from our city. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm 33 years old. So I've been listening to our local scene since I was about probably like 13, you feel me? So I've been listening to everybody from the team parties all the way to even back doing the down the way for real. Like, you feel me? So I just appreciate our local scene, and I know a lot of artists from our city.
And I say this too, bro, just to add, like, I feel like that if you own that list, that's just to be on there is dope, because I feel like being acknowledged. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times you see a lot of these lists, they only got like 10 artists on there, 20, top 20, you know what I mean? The normal shit, like.
And we didn't want to put it in like a top anything. We just wanted to put it in alphabetical order,
and
like
I like how y'all did that too. You feel me? So, it's in alphabetical order, whatever. Y'all, people gonna take time to be like, oh, who else got an A minus? Let's put this in order.
Yeah, we would have did it in school too.
Like, you know what I mean? But it's all about putting people out there and putting the city on at the end of the day, and that's what y'all did. So
for sure.
Man, big ups, bro, for real.
Thank you, for sure. And another question, what was your vision when you built the studio inside the school for the kids, man? I loved it. When I seen that, I think that was my initial discovery of Khari.
That's fire.
I think it was.
That's
no
dope.
cap.
And I'll be interested to see when people tapped in. That's dope. The inspiration really, it just kept like building up to that. Like, my first, like, when I first got into teaching, I would just be like, all right, we're gonna make a rap to go with this song, turn on the beat, we have like a little writing session, tell me what we can rap about based on what we just read. Boom. Then I'm like, hold on, bro, like, how can I make this more, lively? So we start doing little freestyle videos.
Okay.
I would record it on my phone, and like they be hyped up, you know what I mean, talking about what they just read. And then I'm like, hold on, let's get a booth here. Let's actually record them so they can get that experience. Because when they hear themselves back, I remember how I felt, like I just told you how I felt when I first heard myself back. So I brought in my equipment one day, and then I'm like, oh, they love this. So then it just grew. Like, the district was able to like sponsor some equipment, so they bought my speakers that's in there. And then Evan, shout out Evan, X, Timeless Studio. He came in and donated equipment.
Oh, that's fire.
He donated headphones, speaker stands, XLR cables, everything that we need. And then, so now it is what it is. So the next step is just keep growing.
It's great people out there, man.
Nah, for real, bro, for real. So it's just been a process of like stacking it up. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, brick by brick.
See? It's full circle, man. Full circle, for sure.
Straight up. That's how it happened, though. Like, you get the idea, and then, you can only get the idea when you jump out and
Yep,
do
and
something.
actually putting yourself out
You
there,
feel me?
man.
So, yeah.
And that's a nice segue. So I definitely want to get into your first EP. Like,
Yeah.
so what inspired Cincinnati in
Bro.
2019?
Man, I was very hungry. Like,
Okay.
I was like determined. Like I said, I just got done hooping. I know I can rap, and I feel like I rap better than everybody in the city.
Yeah.
So I was just looking around, peeping the scene. I'm like, bro, I'm dropping freestyles before it. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody hearing me.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, they gotta know what I do.
Yeah.
So that was like the energy behind that. And then I knew I wanted my first project to be like my story coming up from the city.
Yeah.
You know, and giving people like the stories about the neighborhoods I grew up in, what I went through, all this stuff to show, yo, I'm from Cincinnati. This what I do. I rap. I'm the best.
Yeah.
All that. So it was like I recorded that in my mom, pop's attic. You know what I mean? Like had my mic from Best Buy that I ran up the credit on.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I heard it. I heard it.
And I just went in, bro. And I'm like, nah, they gonna hear me on this. But I also wanted to tell my story, like, in a sense, I ain't give them everything yet.
Yeah.
Like, I still got like 100 stories that I gotta tell, but I wanted to give them a piece of like a snapshot of like how it was for me growing up in Cincinnati, because it was really a project to let my city know I'm here now. You know what I mean?
I heard
So
you.
that's what it was for real.
Got you. So tell me what Cincinnati mean to you, because you got like a different type of style of music. I wouldn't say it's a Cali style at all, but it's not a typical Cincinnati sound.
Though. Yeah.
You feel me? Like, but if somebody heard it, you would say Cali, but you wouldn't think Cali.
Yeah.
At all. The beat, not that or nothing. But it's like, I think it's your level of consciousness that probably bring my mindset there. So like, tell me, like, what does Cincinnati mean to you? My bad to drag that out.
It's funny you say that though, because it's like my pops is from Cali.
Okay.
So my pops moved to Cincinnati when he was 13 or 14 or whatever, from the Bay Area, and that's where his side of the family at. They from over there. So we used to go out there often, like growing up.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like big, like my pops' first favorite rapper was Too Short, E40, like San Quinn, Messy Moore, the whole Bay. So I grew up listening to that. So a lot of that, my sound comes from that. But then also I grew up listening to Cincinnati music. You feel me? Like legends in our city, I grew up listening to them. So it's like that combination that you hear. So I always hold pride, like, especially even with my pops be like, he big on like Bay Area, so we'd go at it like on Cincinnati versus, I'm like, nah, Cincinnati, like I'm big Cincinnati, big pride in my city, you know what I mean? Cause I always say, like, I lived in every hood, like, you feel me? I feel like I lived in every hood.
I heard
like,
McHenry, I heard Northside,
everything, like,
you feel me?
Like, people be like, where you from? Like, everywhere, like, for real, like, I'm from everywhere. So it's like I have like an extensive Cincinnati experience, and an authentic one too.
Yeah.
And so like I just feel like it's just in my DNA. So
I heard you.
When it comes to Cincinnati, it just means like I just take pride in it, like gritty, get it out the mud, like you know what I mean. And we a Midwest city, so it's like, and we also, like I always say, we the freedom city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when slaves was fleeing from the South, the first sign of freedom was getting to Cincinnati, crossing over the river. You know what I mean? Like this, like new life for them, like in a sense. So I always try to like take that into account, you know, when I'm always creating, because I always want to say some Cincinnati references. If you hear my music, I'm saying something that only Cincinnati people would know.
You said Chase, I know.
You feel me? Like
feel me?
our neighborhoods,
Ryan's,
all that, like our slang, everything. I'm very intentional about like putting Cincinnati like in a light, because you hear that in New York, you hear that in Cali, like they got their own. You hear stuff like, oh, that must be, you know, attributed to them. Like, what's our shit? You feel me?
And I agree with that. I agree with that. So you said your pops was listening to like E40 and them. Like, so what's some people that you was coming up listening to?
Man, in the city?
Just period. It can be.
I mean, man. So all the cats my pops was listening to, like I said, E40, Too Short, San Quinn, Messy Marv, Mac Dre, that Bay Area sound, and then a lot of Pac. Like my first song I memorized was Ambitions as a Rider. I was like 6. My pops printed out the lyrics. He was like, this how you gonna learn how to flow. And he was drilling me back then, like, all right, this how you flow. So I had to memorize that. And then Jay-Z, of course.
Okay, then.
Nas. And then like My mom was big on like Aaliyah, SWV, man, TLC, you know, all the 90s R&B. And then my grandparents was Isley Brothers, Cincinnati. You know, Bootsy Collins, Cincinnati. Then like the Spinners, Temptations, you know. All those soul
Let's
groups.
go on.
So that's what I grew up listening to. And then when I got into like start learning for myself, that's when I like, you know, I found like Kendrick, Cole. I went back and listened to Outkast. I'm like, Posh, you ain't never showed me. He was like, I have showed you this, but I don't remember. But so I went back and I became a big Andre 3000 fan. Like he one of my favorites and big influence on my sound. Like,
nah, that's what's up.
I went back and just started, you know, doing my own homework.
So who would you say your top 5 ever is?
Ooh, top 5 ever. I'm gonna go Hove, Kendrick, Cole. That's my top 3. And then 4 or 5 Wayne, 3 Stacks.
Ooh, that's a nice lineup. I ain't gonna hold you.
But it changed though. It be changing.
Yeah.
Then I gotta put like Pac in there. I gotta put like San Quinn in there for the Bay, like, cause Crooked Eye.
I heard
you. Feel me? Like, so yeah. But those would be my top 5.
Okay then. So with you having some Bay roots, you feel me? But you from Cincinnati, Midwest. So which one would you say you rather be, signed or indie?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't see a problem with either.
Yeah.
Just depending on cause both have their pros, both have their cons. So for me, I'm just want something that makes sense. Right now I'm independent and it makes sense for me to be independent right now. But I wouldn't mind signing either. You know what I mean? If it just makes sense. I'm not about to sign no slave deal at all. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't mind it at all. Just gotta make sense.
What's your favorite album in your catalog?
My personal catalog?
Yeah.
Color People Time.
Oh yeah, is it because it's the newest?
Yeah, probably.
I guess because you got better.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like my most complete project in a sense of like my skill level. I feel like my skill level is at its highest on that, and it shows throughout the tracks. But yeah, but my personal favorite, Cincinnati, like that's gonna always be my baby. That's what got me.
Yeah, got you
me where
in
I'm
going.
out here. Yes, but Color People Time for sure.
So when somebody asks like, all right, Khari, man, what song? If I listen to a song, which one is gonna describe Khari?
I would say Father's Day. Father's Day from The World's a Stage.
Oh my God. Okay, he said Father's Day.
Yeah.
And we gonna get back to that because oh my God. Y'all need to go check that out.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What's your favorite studio or producer?
Producer?
Yeah. Or studio. Well, you record yourself, huh?
I do, but I have, so with Color People Time, I didn't.
Okay.
I stepped outside of my comfort zone with this one. And I've been going to If We Die, We Die with my guy Turner.
Okay, then.
And he dope, man. He one of the dopest.
What? That's his studio name?
Yep, If We Die, We Die.
That's fire. That's a fire-ass
Shout
name.
out to my boy, man. He doing this thing, bro. For real.
That's fire.
Yeah.
So he do the engineering and produce?
Nah, he don't produce. He engineer. That's it. And I love that too. Like he always say, I'm focused on this. I don't do nothing else. I don't rap. I don't produce nothing. He perfected that craft, man.
That's live. When you perfect the sound of it, man, and the quality of the music, that's a different level of integrity, man. I definitely appreciate that.
For sure.
So I want to transition into like the World's a Stage album. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I think I became a true fan when you dropped this album, even though I was late to the party. You feel me? Like, you was in your bag on one of these songs. You feel me? Black Ink.
Ooh.
And what mood was you in making that? You feel me? Like, cause I feel like that was a diss kind of.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it couldn't have been, but it felt like a diss vibe type song.
Yeah. That type time for sure. Yeah, I was just like, I wrote that when, you know, I just felt like a lot of people not overlook, but like think that it's a thing here in the city where I feel like a lot of artists are very in the business of self-serving.
Yeah,
you know
facts.
what I mean, and don't think like nothing else exists and you the only thing in this world. Like when I do music, I'm in a game of service. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like especially when you give it to the world, it ain't yours no more. So I always think about my listener, not in the sense of like, oh, I'm trying to appease them, but I'm always thinking like what they need. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that song really came from like me talking to my fellow artists.
Yeah.
You know, like, bruh, don't get it twisted. Like I get on that. Like I can get on
Facts.
that too.
I hear it.
And just, you know, I just wanted to rap, man. And I always love just rapping and no agenda.
And you definitely rapped on that goddamn song.
Yeah, no
For
agenda,
sure.
just rapping.
But on the Worlds of Stage, you did a show and you put it out through pay-per-view through your own platform, man.
Right.
Explain that process and what inspired that, because I ain't gonna lie, like that's some entrepreneurial type businessman type work, like you feel me? And I appreciated it. So you feel me?
Yeah.
What inspired you to do that?
Man, just first of all, just seeing what we did with the show, the stage play itself. I'm like, but it's not normal. And I know it's not normal because everybody coming like this was the best show they ever seen. Like people said they cried, laughed, like everything. So if that's getting back to me and people expressing that to me, I'm like, bro, this can't just be anything that just falls to the wayside. So what we did, like, you know, me and Pope had footage, Radio Artifact had footage, put it all together, and we like, let's package it as this live version of the album and sell it directly to the fans. Cause even just had came out through LaRussell and just me following his movement and loving what he does on a business side and just the independent artist side. It inspired me like, yo, let's make this what we did, this content that we got, this beautiful content that we got. Let's make sure we don't let it fall to the wayside and put it out there for people to support us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that was the inspiration behind it and the thinking behind it. Like, man, I'm not about to let this just die.
Yeah,
you
I
know
heard
what I mean?
you.
A lot of shit be coming and going. And you be like, what we got the show for it? And I'm like, nah, we about to do something more with this.
Thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely. And I tapped in, man. I definitely appreciate the whole production of the whole thing. You had the different angles and everything. You had different people coming out. You had people reading scripts, but it was like a little intermission, what I would think is an intermission in between your segments.
Yep.
Like, man, that shit was what is that, Broadway?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like
exactly
that shit
right.
is
That's what we was doing.
Juliet. Like, you feel me? I don't even know
Exactly.
what I'm saying, but I'm Shakespeare type shit, man. You definitely turned that up, man. But like one of my favorite songs by you is what you was just talking about, like what describes you, and that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That says something.
Yeah.
And I want to deep dive into that because on Father's Day, what do your dad mean to you? You feel me?
Yeah.
And because he said something, I ain't gonna lie. We don't see like black fathers or I mean people in our generation celebrating they dads. You feel me? And it's kind of rare. And your daddy said something in the song. He said, damn, where am I? I'm missing it. You gotta believe in yourself and know your creativity will create what you want.
Right.
That was the truth, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, that whole shit before he was talking about the 2 burners on the oven. I mean, you got to cook. Come on, I understood every
Bro, he didn't even know I was recording him. Like, I called him. I'm in the middle of, like, you know, laying down the record. And I'm like, bro, I need my pops on this to say something. So I just called him. I just asked him a question. I'm like, Pops, so what you like? I'm stressing about this music stuff. Like, what you, like, what am I doing this for? What you think, like, I need to do more? And that's what he said. And that's where I'm like, man.
That was...
It was the last song that made the album, too. Like, a week before I was ready to, like, submit it. That was the last record, too.
Bro, that's my favorite song by you, bro.
One of my
played
favorites,
that probably,
bro,
like, 100 times.
Crazy.
Since I heard it. Like, bruh. That need a video.
Yeah, oof.
I ain't gonna hold you, cause like I said, it ain't too many of us celebrating black fathers, and when I heard it, I'm like, damn, that was something to connect to. And you think it's like a change in times right now that we going through right now. Right. And I think people need to hear that type shit.
100%. And it's like, and it's also an honest story, bro, because it's like, I also think how I was raised, how my pops raised me, and I talked about in the song, in a way, it affected how my everything, like in the sense of like how I can be so tunnel vision too. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I can not focus. I'm so ambitious to a fault sometimes, you know what I mean? You don't see the people that it's affecting, you know what I mean? Because I grew up so like, nah, we put in work, we work, and we put the work in, we ambitious, and we go after what we want to go get. Mm-hmm. So it's always, man, when I hear that record, I'm like, man, you know, and how I am as a dad now, like, you know, being my own father, so it's like, dang, man, you know, it's a full circle thing.
I always say to artists, like, man, if you can make a record that touch the people, no matter if it's a dance song that make them dance or something to make them cry, just make something to make them feel something. Like, exactly. You feel me? Like, and I think you ace that test. You feel me? Like, Father's Day, that right there, that's different. Like, that's a different level of creativity. Like, and I appreciate it. You was talking to your pops, what your pops did, talking to your kids, you feel me? Everything. I fuck with that song. For sure. Y'all go tap in. Father's Day, Khari.
You
feel me? World's a Stage. But I want to go into Color People Time. Explain that title, man. Explain that. Because we all on it. You feel me?
Yeah. Man, it's multiple layers to it. You know, with anything that I do, it got to have layers. So Color People Time, the first and foremost meaning behind the title is like just not letting nobody rush your greatness, not letting nobody rush your success. We always in this, like, especially like I feel like as black people, we always like, oh, you supposed to be doing this by this time. Yeah. Look at what he doing. Look at what she doing. Oh, why you ain't at this point by now? You know what I mean? Fact. And it's like we always have the notion, the stereotype that we always late. Colored people time. So I took that and like, nah, let's flip it on his head. Like, no, I'm gonna show up when I show up. Meaning success wise, like, cause I got to a point I was just like so caught up in like this journey that I'm on. And I'm like, man, bro, I'm going crazy. Like, where is the you know, the fruits of my labor in a sense.
And that gets tough when you get to that stage.
Man, you like, bro, I'm right here. But it's like, what's going on? But then I had to check myself like, bro, you already, bro, some people don't even make a song. Some people can't even get past going to the studio and putting it out.
Come on, man.
I did
That's
all that
appreciation
times 5,
right there.
You know what I mean? So it just made me, you know, hone in, and everything that I do, any project that I make, it's a sense of therapy. So I'm like, I'm not just making anything just to make it. Yeah. I gotta have some type of meaning behind it. And with this, it was like, this where I was at in my life. Post Worlds of Stage, I'm like, okay, I know I was playing roles. Now I'm in the stage of like, oh man, when is my time? Yeah. But my time is here, you know what I mean? I'm always on time. You know what I mean?
And that's so far, like the whole branding behind it, because I was behind the scenes talking to who you call Pope, you feel me? Yeah. And that just fucked me up for real. But he was telling me you had the idea of showing up to your listening party late. Yeah. Like, you feel me? Yep. Like, that's fire. Like, just making it all on brand and just makes sense. Like, and that's what I appreciate about your creativity. You feel me?
Yeah, bro. I just care, bro. That's all. I care a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like we all need to care a lot. Yeah, everybody needs to care more. Just care more.
You right, bro. You right. Care, man. For real. But I did mess up and I said Black Ink was on Worlds of Stage and it's actually on Color People Time, and I did know that. I don't know how I messed that up. But I love the song 24 Hours featuring Paris, man. Who is that, man? Give me a hint,
bro.
Man.
Shout out to my brother, man. The best R&B singer in the city.
I heard.
You feel me? That man can do anything.
Yeah.
And just he got the sound too, you know. And he's a good person, you know what I mean? First and foremost, like, just a good dude. He always come through for me and just know exactly what I need and delivers, you know what I mean? He got a brand and a following of his own too, you know what I mean? So shout out to him, man. That's my dog.
For sure. Shout out to Paris, man. For sure. I fuck with that song, man. Yeah. How is it being in a relationship and being an artist?
Hard.
Tough? Okay. In what way? Like, because there's a lot of artists out here in relationships.
Well, I know for me, it's like, when your relationship is quality time based, it can be very difficult when you are an artist, because that quality time get cut short. Yeah. You know what I mean? And but I'm blessed to have, you know, someone that is very understanding and caring and supportive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like, oh, go ahead, I'll hold it down.
Facts.
And go do you. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah, we
you
all
know,
need that.
Yeah, of course you got your trials and your tribulations with anything, but I think it's just it's a good thing to have, you know what you got. You know
sure.
what I mean?
Because I've been married for almost 6 years now.
That's
you
dope.
feel me?
Yeah.
And been with my wife for 10 years, almost 11.
Up.
And being an entrepreneur for the past like 7 years of my life, I can definitely tell you like it ain't the easiest thing, but you can definitely find balance. And like you said, you got kids and everything, so that definitely bring it back home. Like you feel me? Not to like your pop said, like you can't always be so. You know what I mean? With the blinders on, you feel me? Yeah. Like, with you having kids and everything, it'll bring you back. And having a family, it'll bring you back. Like, And I want to say, like, I don't know if it's okay to say. I don't remember. Because I know you... you about to get married, right?
Come on, man.
Yeah, you feel me? So I ain't want to put it out there to the public if I wasn't able to. That's what basically I was saying.
Bro. Nah, for sure. Yeah, man. I just popped the question.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Congratulations,
man,
brother.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Black love,
Come on, man.
Hell yeah.
So it's beautiful, man.
When did you know it was right? It was the right time.
I knew forever.
Yeah,
you know how it go.
Yeah.
Because mind you, like I never been like the one for like marriage. I was always like I said, I told you prior, I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
The government in our business. Yeah. We already locked in.
Yeah.
But I had to, as I matured and like, you know, when you have a family and as you mature, you understand like different things and what it means just for that person that you with.
Facts.
Forget what the government, that means you buying into that system by going against it in a sense. So I'm just like, you know, it's time. It's been time, but and then it was just, I feel like it all happened for how it was supposed to happen though, because I was releasing this project, the project all about timing, God's timing, you know what I mean, divine timing, if you will. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I fuck with it. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Straight
I feel like
up.
every man not mature enough for marriage, you feel me? But when you know, go for it. You feel me? Because your foundation is probably like more vital than anything. Because when the world is in and crumbles, you feel me? Like that's what you got is your family and your foundation.
Look,
like, and I don't want no black man to forget
boy,
it.
You better have one woman these days. Boy.
Yeah, for sure, in the right way.
For real.
I want to get into how do you choose your features? Like, what is like? You be like, I fuck with this artist, so I'm gonna go tap in with them.
Yeah, it's always, I'm very intentional. That's why I don't have a lot of features on my projects.
You
like,
don't.
That's
why I had to ask.
Yeah, I'm like, it gotta make sense. I only do it. My rule is like to only get a feature only if I have to.
Yeah.
If I don't got nothing else to say on the track, then that's when I reach out to somebody. And you know, most of the time I got some shit to say, but the ones that I don't, I'm like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and tap in with this person and be like, first of all, I gotta be a fan of the music.
Yeah.
And then I gotta think you know, exceptional, you know, in your own right. You ain't gotta be a lyricist necessarily, but you gotta be saying something that's like that I think is dope.
Yeah.
Or your style gotta be dope. Something that
I say
lines up
like
with the
people
song.
gotta be good at doing what they do.
They do, yeah. And I can tell it's authentic and it's them and it's their self. So and that's why most of the time I'm only collabing with my folks, like, you know, BTB. But when I step outside of BTB, it gotta make sense. Like, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not stepping outside the game.
I'd say that's crazy because my next question was like, who would you work with here? Like, or who would you like to work with here?
Man, I do want to work with some people that I haven't worked with. Like, one person that I definitely want to work with is like Skylar.
Okay.
Definitely want to work with. I think she dope, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just love her style. And I think we'll make something
she the
saucy.
goddess.
You feel me? Like, bro, I think we'll make something crazy. Her, who else? Lantana.
Okay.
Which is crazy. We ain't got a record yet, but we've been.
And he be working. He be networking.
Yeah, he
like
been going crazy
so I'm
too.
surprised
he
he
been
ain't
going
crossed your
nuts.
path.
But like, we was supposed to been had some stuff going, but you know how it go. Him. I got to work with Butter. That was dope, man.
Okay then.
I got to work with him, so that was.
I
like
hear that. I ain't heard that.
Yeah, that was back in like 2021.
Okay.
He blessed me with something, and that was like crazy to see because I was a young boy listening to him. I remember listening to the Riots, like, hey, this crazy. He the hardest to me. Like, I always thought Butter was the hardest in the city, growing up. So, but yeah, man, there's other folks too that I want to work with, man. But you know, it just gotta make sense though. Gotta make sense.
So we gonna get into this little game called This or That, man. Okay. It's like you just pick one. You feel me that you fuck with the most. You feel me? I'm gonna get right into it.
Say less.
Skyline chili or Gold Star chili?
Skyline.
Okay.
Skyline. I might get killed for that. But hey.
Hip hop or R&B?
Hip hop.
I heard you. Studio or live performance?
Live performance.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Damn, that's crazy. A lot of people be scared of that stage.
Love it.
The world's a stage, man.
The world's a stage.
I heard you. You will go major or independent?
Independent.
Got you. Back to the Past or Father's Day?
Oh, man. They are very similar in a sense, though. I'm going to go right now in this moment, I'm going Back to the Past. In this moment. This moment. For sure.
Rapping or teaching?
Rapping.
Ooh. Singles or albums?
Albums.
I already knew that. I ain't gonna lie. I know that just off the catalog.
For real.
You don't play. So, man, we gon' go into the little outro, man. And this show is called Brick by Brick. Mm-hmm. You feel me? We like to talk about people. I mean, we like to talk to people who built something, you feel me, from the foundation, or who is out here building something with social proof. That mean I'm out here seeing you working. You feel me? So what do Brick by Brick mean to Khari?
Man, Franklin Saint. Brick by oh God. Snowfall. I built this shit. Nah, I think it's like every day, you know, attacking something, like getting 1% better. I think people want to like build a house in one day, build Rome in one day when it wasn't built in a day. So it's just really like if you're doing something towards whatever you're trying to do, your craft, whatever it is, every day, that's what it mean to me. Like it's brick by brick. I'm laying one brick down. If it's, man, I wrote one bar today.
Yeah.
I ain't even write today, but I did some content.
Yeah.
I ain't do no content today, but I read up on the music industry. I did some type of homework on the industry. So just getting 1% better and building that foundation. Because then once you got a foundation, then you can start building the other levels.
Come on, man.
And you got your other levels.
It gets simpler and simpler as
you got a skyscraper. You feel me?
Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Brick by brick.
For sure. So what is Khari building for his friends, brick by brick wise?
I'm building community. I'm building a community. I'm building a movement. And I'm building the next generation, like the stages. I'm building stages for the next generation after me. So that's been my thing since I knew I was about to drop The World's a Stage. I told myself, like, what am I doing this for? Because I felt like prior I knew going in, like, I'm gonna be like very like righteous. Yeah. But then I think along the way, as you get caught up in this scene, you get caught up in trying to be heard, you lose sight of what you're doing it for. So I had to check myself, like, what am I really doing it for? And it's the youth to make it, you know, to make an impact on the next generation. And that's where, like, you know, the teacher come into play. Yeah. And I'm going to always be teaching. Even when I'm done, I'm going to continue to teach in some form of fashion. So that's what it is for me, man. I'm just building community, bro.
That's live. Yeah. So where you see yourself in 5 years?
Man, somebody just asked me this, bro.
Remember.
And I feel like I have a different answer every time. But 5 years, I see myself touring the world, putting out dope albums, dope records, millions of supporters that invested into, like, not just, you know, the music, but also into everything else I got going on. Mm-hmm. But more than that, I see myself with this big, large community of people that's doing for others, you know what I mean, in their own way. So I'm trying to build people up. Like, what are you good at? Yeah. Do that, and let's maximize it. But how do you turn what you good at and set it up for the next generation. Like how do you set it up for these kids that's coming up after us? How do we make it easier for them? Because it's getting crazy out here.
Yeah.
And me just thinking as a father, like I got 2 young ones, so I'm like very conscious of like what I'm doing and what they seeing me do. Yeah. So the people around me, I'm like, yo, hone in on what you're doing. It may not click right away for everybody, but I got to keep telling them like, yo, let's build this community. So that's why I see myself, long-winded answer, but I see myself 5 years in that, like, very millions of people.
Yeah, I love it.
Supporting the community that we built.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I think you should try to get back in that backyard at the pergola, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
Hey, bro, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. You'll fit right in, man.
Turn that up, bro.
What? Go crazy. When I seen Sada Baby, I'm like, oh, yeah.
What?
Lil Russell is different, man.
Get with us, bro.
Yeah, man. Holla at my boy, man. We gon' whatever we gotta do, man. Whatever we gotta do. We out there.
Make your offer.
You feel me?
For sure.
So, I want you to give the people some words of advice, you feel me, before we get out of here. It can be to the youth, it can be to the future, it could be, you know what I mean, anything type of words of advice.
Never let nobody rush you where you feel like you should be at. Never let nobody rush your greatness. And anything that you're doing, do it with integrity. And I always tell my students this, integrity is doing the right thing when no one is looking. So whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you're doing it right, even when nobody looking. And when it comes to music, if you want to do music, whatever you're doing, your craft, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you should be able to do it when one person is watching and then when 1 million people watching. So that's my biggest thing, having integrity with anything you do and just never letting nobody say, oh, you need to be here at this time, like success-wise. So integrity and being disciplined. That's the biggest things for me.
Let them know where they can follow you, dog, man.
Man, everywhere. Khari BTB, Khari BTB, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever. TikTok is back.
Yeah.
Find me on the talk, man. YouTube, we dropping videos on YouTube like frequently. So tap in. Yeah, that's everywhere you can find me.
Okay then, man. It's been a great episode, man. I definitely appreciate you coming in, man. Yes, sir. Gotta shake a black man hand.
Man,
you feel me? Came through the Brick by Brick podcast with your boy Dion, man. And it's been a great episode. If y'all like this episode, please like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? Go hit that notification bell. My phone is over here ringing.
Calling into the Button Podcast.
That is crazy. I don't know why I keep on doing that. Let me go ahead and this is live, y'all. Y'all see it. But though, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. It's been a great episode. I don't got too much more to say, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. And it's been the Brick by Brick podcast with your boy Dion, and we out.
I'm going on the road trying to figure it out with industry niggas just looking for clout. Back in the city, my film in the drought. I flow with excuses and storm out the house. Record my son so we see how it is. His past and his last be all in the mix. I'm holding my daughter while I'm writing this. Everything that we do is because of our kids.